Do you guys actually face that kind of scenarios as well? How do you encounter that?
Unique content,
Yep.
supporting documents and stuff like that. I would have declined and said, no, don't enter that. I don't think there's enough search value. This man first, I'm an SEO second.
Algorithms keep on changing day in, day out. But I always feel like SEO was still the basics. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of the Agency Growth Lab. And today we are thrilled to have a guest who has have made a huge impact in the SEO world. Joining us is James Dooley for Rank, a true
How you
expert in
doing, mate?
industry and a master of rank and strategies as the best I know. So in today's episode, we will deep dive into the James' fascinating journey in SEO, uncovering how he got started, his business, what's the current model he's been working on, and at the same time, we're gonna talk about the innovative approach of AI content he's been using to generate outstanding SEO results. So thank you for joining us today, James. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. It's a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Like I said, we met a couple of times at Chiang Mai, and
Yeah.
I know we have always seen James as a very jovial guy, been living
Yeah.
in the world and just enjoying the life 200%. And
Yeah,
that's
exactly, mate.
the thing I like about you. So I always feel like James, the good things always start with some story. So how did you get into the SEO?
So SEO, I kind of fell into SEO, to be honest with you. I didn't set any back then. I didn't even know what SEO was. The internet back then wasn't even that big when we first started. We had a construction company, and I was a project manager that realized that I did need more inquiries. So initially, when we used to get inquiries, we'd literally send stuff out in the post to potential customers. We'd cold call, and I just realized that I needed inbound leads, so clients coming to me as opposed to me reaching out. And then from there, I just tried all different marketing strategies. We used to do like TV ads, radio ads, billboard advertising, like all the traditional old school type of marketing strategies. And then we then started to realize that a lot of people move into the internet and move into Google. And then I found out about SEO, and then I've never looked back since, really. So we've always tried to find ways of what's working in today's algorithms. What's working in today's algorithms might be different to tomorrow's, and just always try to keep one step ahead of the game.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, that's very true about it. The algorithms keep on changing day in, day out.
Yeah,
We saw 5 algorithm changes last year, but I always feel like SEO was still the basics. As far as
yeah,
if we talk about the fundamentals, I don't think so. There has been anything has been changed. It's just like the algorithm is just getting clever in
yeah.
picking the things, and that's it. So tell us something about your current business model. How is it going?
So I mean, to be honest with you, nowadays I've got quite a few different business models. I think quite a lot of people like to speak to me about the rank and rent kind of model, which is us building a website, ranking the website, and renting that website out. And it's like a glorified lead generation type of setup and system.
Yep.
But nowadays, with regards to me looking to continuously grow, I'm an investorpreneur. So I do a lot of investments in different companies. So I own like an AI writing tool. I own a part of a link building agency for like guest posts, niche edits, um, digital PR,
Yep.
technical SEO agency. Everything's mainly to do with online and looking to grow things online. But yeah, there's a lot of different moving parts from lead generation, rank and rent, affiliate to like selling services and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it is a broad spectrum of different things of what I'm doing. It's just it seems to be quite a lot of people prefer to talk about the rank and rent model because there's not many others that do it as
True.
well as how we do it.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. So James, we all know you for the rank and rent model. We know like you have got like 800 plus sites, something in your portfolio at the moment. So
Yeah.
let's start with that one. So how do you choose? How do you choose a niche for a rank and rent model? I mean, like, is there any particular criteria do you follow, or is it just by a gut feeling only?
So initially, I'd say like a decade ago, the traditional way of us doing it would be Ahrefs and SEMrush. And what you'd do is you'd go like look at certain key, like let's say certain websites that's ranking for, let's say, plumbing. You'd put their website in, and then you'd sort their website's keywords by CPC, so cost per click. And
Mhm.
you'd think that the keywords with the highest cost per click would be the best type of keywords to go after. So like the most profitable keywords. So we used to that was our model that we used to do, and we used to always try to go after the highest CPC keywords. But the truth of the matter is, like, they was difficult to rank for, right, as being one. So they cost more money. We could still rank for them, but it meant we needed more content and more backlinks, generally,
Mhm.
which is how the algorithm works. We needed more content and more backlinks to rank for those terms. And the ROI that we was getting, because I'm a businessman first, I'm an SEO second, and the return on investment that I was getting for trying to rank those terms wasn't great. So we then started to change, but then what we started to do is we started to realize when we spoke to business owners that they give us like services or topics and keywords that they thought would make them more money. Now, there's times we've got certain websites, and if you loaded that website into SEMrush or Ahrefs, it would show that the traffic value of that website is zero.
All right.
Literally zero, right? It says it ranks for like 15 different keywords. Now, these are getting hundreds of thousands of clicks, not just thousands, hundreds of thousands of clicks, and earning us over £20,000 a month. And Ahrefs is saying that it's zero search volume. Now, what it is it's a huge array of keywords that it's ranking for that are all like 0 to 10 monthly searches. So it could be something like best plumbing company in a little small town, or best plumbing service for changing valves. And it's like really long tail that's like literally only shows 0 to 10 kind of keyword search volume. But when you're adding all them up, like the zero search volume keywords, it makes a huge difference. And these are all a lot of the terms we try to go for, like bottom of the funnel converting keywords. So nowadays, because we've got more money in the business, we go quite broad. I almost allow any one of this staff to enter a new niche, but they're only allowed to spend up to £10,000 per website in content and links. And at that point, is it worth us taking it on to another level or not? If we're going to start having a client that's paying, we'll start reinvesting and spending more. And that model works fine for us, because this random niches that we enter that I would have declined and said, no, don't enter that. I don't think there's enough search volume. And some of them are doing the best out of all of them. So it's like initially I was being very frugal and being very analytical. And now I go relatively broad. And if the client says that this we can make good money in this service, we just build it out and test it.
Okay. Now that's a very solid point because a lot of times I know like the people they just stay away because they see the keywords does not have a search volume. So they basically typically go with that particular metrics, which like you said, it could be the case that when we add up all those low search volume keywords, there is a huge amount of traffic which can actually come to the website. It's
Yeah.
actually a very good point because uh, people don't really follow that criteria. They usually
Yeah.
want to go after a keyword which has got a search volume of, let's say, 500 searches per month or 700 searches per month, and they always run behind that kind of keywords. And obviously, they are competitive as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of things actually play. Plus, you said like supporting articles. That is
Yeah.
kind of thing we always think like our location page is gonna bring us the traffic. but I guess the supporting articles in that area can actually bring a huge amount of traffic as well, and they
Yeah.
convert really well. So now, very solid point about it. Um, are you actually a big fan of mass page builder kind of a sites as well, James?
Yeah, I mean, mass page builders. So like Magic plugin is a Magic Page plugin is a great plugin. Mike Martin and Martin Johnson, who own the tool,
Yep.
they're great guys. They do
Yep.
a hell of a lot for the SEO community and the SEO industry. Yeah, I think the mass page plugins work well.
Yep.
You still need to make certain that you're building a lot of backlinks. You still need
Yep.
to make certain that you're doing a lot of unique content,
Yep.
supporting documents and stuff like that. It's the
Yep.
same. I think some people think that local SEO's a different algorithm to like affiliate and e-commerce. No, it is. There's different thresholds, but it's still the core fundamentals of technical SEO, content, and backlinks. So you still need to make certain you're building topical authority and you're building relevant, powerful links through to the website. If you just went and used a mass page plugin in isolation and didn't do the other parts, it wouldn't work. So I think a lot of people try to one of the most frustrating questions that I normally get asked is if you've got £500, how would you start a new website? And it's like, for £500, I probably wouldn't even start a website because you need backlinks and backlinks cost you more than £500. So yes, there's long tails that you might be able to rank for without backlinks, but I would recommend someone to go and get a full-time job, work overtime, save up £5,000, and then straight off the back can buy, let's say, an expired domain or an aged domain, or be able to build those backlinks, which gets you higher rankings with the kind
Yep.
of content that you're writing.
Yep.
So I mean, it just gives you that head start and helps you then start to earn money. And then you just keep reinvesting that money and move it on from there.
Yeah, that's something I really want to know. I'm like, what do you suggest to for this rank and run model specifically? I mean, like, do you think it's good to start with a fresh domain with a clean slate, or it should be good to go with some auction or expired age domain as well? What's your preference as such?
So you've got two completely different arguments, right? You've got age domain and expired domain that have got existing power. Now, does that work better than a fresh domain? Absolutely, right? So this age domain here that you bought, or expired domain, which might have, let's say, 1,000 referring domains, gives you a head start, right? And is unbelievable because it's you've almost like you're cheating the system. You're starting off in a race 10 meters ahead of everybody else. So
Exactly.
for that reason, an expired domain or an age domain is the better solution. If, and this is a big if you can find a relevant domain for you to do it on. So if you can find a relevant domain and say I can build it out on this site, I'd say do it. If you can't find it, then an exact match domain or a partial match domain, so getting the keywords in the domain name, still works unbelievably well. Now, in the recent Google leaks that have come out, in the Google leaks, it's come out and said that Google marked down exact match domains. Well, the truth of the matter is, I test the algorithms on a day-to-day basis, and exact match domains are still working better than they ever have. They're
Yep.
working unbelievable. So yes, there's two arguments to EMDs. Yes, they might mark them down because it's an exact match domain, but then also they love branding. Now, once you can try to, let's say, build quite a few citations and get a lot of naked URLs and branded links through to that site, you can almost tip it away from it being an EMD to looking like that keyword is a brand. And once you flip that over, next minute it looks like you've got so many branded searches because you own the exact match domain that it just works and works like gangbusters. Like it just works so well. So we like both. We do both models. If we can find an age domain that's relevant, we'll buy it. If we can't, we go down the exact match domain route or partial match domain route.
Yep, true. And do you guys actually use a fresh content? Because like 800 sites, that's a big number. I can't imagine the amount of leads you guys been getting in
Yeah.
from all those ad sets. So do you guys actually, let's say let's take a hypothetical scenario. You're going and you're putting in a new site. You picked up maybe a fresh domain, and then you build out a site using a template or something, and now it's a time to actually put on the content on that one. Is that something you guys use the same content, or do you use AI content kind of thing? What happens?
Wait,
Because
so we're using, and there's a caveat to this as well for anyone who's watching. I'm an investor in a tool called autoblogging.ai. I don't know if you know Vaibhav Sharda. So we invested in that tool, and the reason why I invested in the tool, legitimately, the reason why I invested in the tool is because I thought it was the best AI writing tool, right?
yep,
So there was back then we was testing SimWriter, Koala, autoblogging.ai, Cuppa, Chat GPT, and we tried all the different Jarvis, we tried all the different ones, right? And autoblogging AI came out to be what we thought to be the best. And because we was using it a lot, I wanted to try to make certain that and this is what I do with a lot of my brands. Whatever I spend quite a lot of money on, I want to try and get an investment into that brand. So I invested into the brand, and the reason why I invested into it is because then once I become an investor, I can start stamping my authority to improve quality control because we want to use it ourselves. So for 6 months, there's a guy, I think you met him in Chiang Mai before, he's called Scott Calland. He like literally every single day was like, this needs improving, that needs improving, this needs improving, that needs improving. And for 6 months, we improved the prompts because
so much.
AI is garbage in and garbage out. So we
Yeah.
improved the prompts. So for us now, moving forward, we used to have 37 full-time writers, and I think it was 6 editors. We've actually not got rid of a single member of staff,
Mm.
but our output, these writers now have become editors. And what they're doing is they're now doing like more like keyword research and topical maps and stuff like that. They're doing the keyword research to find 250 blog posts of what we need, ordering it in autoblogging.ai, which is writing the content. They are humanizing it. So they'll go into it and check like hallucinations, because all AI, if it doesn't know a certain fact, hallucinates and basically makes up factual information that's incorrect. So you've
Yep.
got to just double check the factual information is good. But the beat for us, like we're using autoblogging.ai and we use Market Moose. I don't know if you've ever heard of Market Moose, which is
Yep.
a topic modeling system.
Yep.
But we've also used Surfer SEO, we've used onpage.ai. So
Mhm.
with what I've started to realize now is that in one company that I've invested in over here, prefer to get all the keywords from Surfer and load it into auto blogging and use that. Some
Yep.
prefer using Eric Langier's onpage.ai, get all
Mhm.
the main NLP entities
And
and load that into it. But for me, it seems to be at present the best one that seems to be working is get market moves topics that are needed for that page, load it into autoblogging.ai, go into godlike mode, press publish, and literally that with a couple of guest posts being pointed to that page is ranking within weeks. Like it's working really, really well.
all right. So when it's say 800 sites, there probably be a lot of locations you guys been targeting in those sites as well. How about the GPPs? How do you guys actually manage to control that many GPPs, or you guys are not using any GPPs at all for that?
So we have some, but we only have real GMBs or Google business profiles. So like if we once we've got a client that's renting out the website,
Yep.
if they've not set up for their own company a GMB or a Google business profile, we then will set it up at their address, use their address on the website. We'll put all their contact details on our website. But in general, for many years now, we've tried scaling using Google business profiles. If I'm being
Verification.
honest with you, I'm just sick of getting suspensions and like the minute you optimize it and get it ranking, suspended. And it's just
Yep.
like then you've got to try and get it back. You've got to do the video verification.
Yep.
And it's just not a long-term strategy that we use across for all the sites.
Yep.
For some, we do if they work, let's say specifically, they're a mortgage broker in London and they've got an office in London, like, okay, let's get a Google business profile because it does generate a lot of inquiry. The GMBs or the Google business profiles generate a lot of inquiries. So I'm not saying that it's not good to have a Google business profile. I'm just saying it comes with a lot of suspensions and you've got to get it back. And we've got real like business and real offices and we still get them suspended. So like if you're trying to do any fake ones, they definitely are going to get suspended and they're going to be so difficult to get them back. It's just not really something that we concentrate much on.
Yeah, not worth putting the time into it. I'll tell
Yeah.
you my example actually, James. I mean, like I've worked a lot in the rank and rent as well back in those Corona or even before that. One of the biggest struggle, to be very honest, what I faced myself, and that was actually sell out those leads. And I'm talking about Australia. In Australia, I mean, like if you're ranking, I mean, like in the bigger cities, then still there is a very good probability you can sell it. But when it comes to remote areas, obviously the lead amount is less, but still it is really very hard to sell out the leads. I mean, like, do you guys actually face that kind of scenarios as well? How do you encounter that? Is in terms of pricing, in terms of delivering those leads as well? Maybe there's some automated system you have got which is routing out the calls. And yeah, what
So
do you think?
that's a great question. And the first answer to that is absolutely we've got problems. Like with trying to sell the leads. Absolutely. Like I'm not going to lie there and say, no, we've got it all sussed out because the truth of the matter is from one industry to the next, one company might say, I only want it within 10 miles of London. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So if you then go and generate some leads that it's 12 miles or 15 miles away, what are you going to do then? So we have a system that's like we call it lead segmentation. So when the lead comes in, if someone's willing and someone wants those leads in that area, we'll send it over. And then we have what's called like an overspill amount of leads. Now, what we'll do on those ones is we give the overspill through to anyone that would be willing to take the lead and try to convert them. And what they'll do is they'll only pay us on a conversion. So they don't pay anything up front. They don't pay anything for the lead. We give them the lead for free.
Mhm.
And if they convert those leads, then they give us a kickback out of their profits. So if they was, let's say, prime example, this morning, I got a phone call from a client who does conservatory roofs. So conservatory is like an extension on the house, and they do a conservatory roof. And he just rang me up, and I think he had something like 120 leads last month, and he'd converted 2 jobs. But these 2 jobs that he's converted was jobs that nobody else wanted. So there was like up in the Highlands of Scotland,
Yep.
or right in the very centre of Wales, or right at the bottom in Devon, and it's like really the outskirts of the UK that a lot of companies aren't willing to travel to those areas. So we give it to a company and say, look, if you don't convert them, you don't pay anything. Just give them a price. Yes, it means you're going to inflate that price because you've got more travel time to get there.
Mhm.
But if you win it, give us a bit of a kickback. If you don't win it, don't pay anything. So they're like, well, it's a no-brainer for those companies to take them. But the
Yep.
ones that are within 10 miles of London, that someone wants those leads and they're willing to pay for those leads, those go through to that client that are
Yep.
willing to pay for each and every lead. The
Yep.
overspill, what we call in the outskirts, we just give them away for free and then just say, if you convert them, pay us some.
So,
If you don't, then nothing ventured, nothing gained. Like we still need to, for topical authority, try to rank in all the areas on the outskirts of London, even if
yep.
people don't work there. But if someone's looking for a mortgage broker in Kent and they only do London,
Mhm.
someone will want that inquiry for a mortgage broker in Kent. So it's just you've just got to get the sales team to try to find someone to do it.
All right.
And if it is someone that is going to travel, then Happy days. But yeah, it is tough. We've got a large sales team. It's not a one-man band can't run a rank and rent agency because you need a sales team to be able to
Yeah.
keep going and speaking to clients.
Yep. And it's more kind of a trust factor as well. Like you guys trust them that they are getting the leads. If they're gonna get converted, they're gonna pay us back as well, especially mortgage brokers. I mean, like that's a big leads. They in every case they get it like a I know in Australia it's like $3,000 or something. They get it as a success on every single lead, so it costs
Yeah.
a lot for them. But yeah, no, that's pretty true actually. I'm pretty sure. I mean, like that lead amplifier. I think that's the Martin's Johnson. That's his software as well.
Lead
That
Simplify. Yeah, Lead
lead.
Simplify.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that
That's
actually a lot of work to actually automate the entire process as well. I think you can listen the recordings and that kind of things in that too, isn't it?
yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah,
you guys,
Mike Martin and Martin Johnson are great guys at understanding what SEOs need and stuff like that. So Lead Simplify allows you to get the lead, segment them. You can put like a credit system in place. So if a
yep,
customer only wants to buy 10 leads, they can only buy 10 leads. Once they've bought those leads, you won't send any more through to them. You send it over to a different client and stuff like
yeah,
that. So
yeah.
they've got it worked out. They're good with what they do.
Yeah, we used to use that software, that call tracking. There was a PHP script or something. I don't know if that still exists or not, but
Yeah,
there was a self-hosted script at that time. We used to use that. You can actually see all the recordings. You can purchase the 12 numbers and that kind of things
yeah,
from
yeah.
that itself as well. So that was a very good software as well, I remember. Algorithm update. That's a big one, man. And especially when you talk about like 800 sites, this algorithm update in the March one was really crazy. So
Yeah.
did it actually hit your business model in some way or another, or maybe some niches only where you got a hit kind of a thing, and especially maybe the leads, overall number of leads actually tells you a bit more about that too, isn't it?
Yeah. So overall, holistically, over everything, um, we was about level, right? But that doesn't tell you anything because we had certain sites absolutely decimated, like
True.
hit so hard, and we've had some sites go flying. So the strange part to it is in my opinion, it seems to be the only sites that seem to be getting hit display ads and affiliate. Like if you've got e-commerce sites and you've got lead generation type sites, they didn't get hit. Like the display ads and the affiliate sites. Like we've got 4 gambling affiliate sites, and all 4 got hit so hard, right? And do you know what the weird thing is, right? Because you get certain people that come out with like conspiracy theories or SEO myths and just share false information. All in 4 affiliate sites that we had, every single word on those sites was human written. Every single word was human written. Yet I've got some sites flying that was written by AI content.
AI. So
So always some of these people, oh, it's an attack against AI content. Do you know what? I've got a massive like testing team, and my data's telling me the exact opposite. All these people that have written it with human editor, like with human writers, they're the ones that have been it. The ones that was AI kind of written, they're all doing well for us. So I'm like,
yeah,
I couldn't think, like when someone says that information, I'm not saying that AI is better than human writers. I'm just saying with the data set we had,
yeah,
that's what's come about from it. And I'm like, wow, that's completely the opposite to what people are telling me. But like it just seems to be an attack against whether it's dwell time, how many pages are being visited. Like because people obviously on an affiliate site, you go through to a page and generally you link off and go to another page. And so the average amount of pages visited on an affiliate site normally is under 2 pages visited. Now on e-commerce, because you're going through to the cart, when you
yeah.
order something, you go through to the thank you page and stuff like that. There's a lot more pages being visited on an e-commerce.
Yeah.
Lead generation, again, normally you're clicking around the blog posts and
Yeah.
then you're going to inquire, then you go through to the thank you page.
Yeah.
You're visiting more pages on these sites than you are on an affiliate site or a display ad site. Display ads, you go through to it, and if you either clicking off of one of the ads or you don't like it because there's ads all over the place and you're clicking back, then it seems to be the sites. And to be honest with you, we're in a massive testing group, and I've still not seen anyone from September yet to this day show me a site that's recovered from the helpful content update. Not one, right? I've
Mm.
seen a lot of people try to tell me that they've recovered a helpful content site, but still to this day, like, I speak to Matt Diggity and a lot of others every single day. He's had some sites absolutely decimated and crucified. And we're all on the lookout to see what it is that needs to be done. And I don't think I think they need to reverse with
Yeah.
the next core update something to be able to recover, because I've not seen one site, and I think we've got something like 7,500 websites in the tracker that we're looking for that have all been hit really hard, and not one of the 7,500 websites yet have seen any sort of recovery.
Yeah, that's a very honest answer, man. No mop up, nothing like that. That's a very honest answer you have given it. Like it happened with me as well. And I wouldn't lie to you. I mean, like we couldn't really figure out properly like what should we do to move it up. We improved the E, we improved all those entities, whatever you guys think of. Like we did everything on those kind of a test sites as well.
Yeah.
And even some of the client sites, I would say too. So, but they did recover. And that made me thinking like, I don't know, it was there really a manual penalty or what happened?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I was talking the same thing with Kyle Roof other day as well, and he was having a similar thought as well as like you. Like what happened at that time, no one really knows. It's just like we have to give an answer, we have to give an answer, but that's all everyone's really doing.
Yeah.
So,
I think just for people to know, just from a testing standpoint,
yeah,
we've tested pretty much everything that everybody has said that helps recover a site across a lot of these different websites, not just my own sites. We're in
yeah,
these testing groups. We've tried pretty much everything that everyone's saying. So I'll give you some examples like disavows. We've done disavows.
yeah,
Content pruning, so deleting all the pages that we think aren't good. You've gone too wide on topical authority, delete those pages. Rewrite pages that are not ranking, make them all NLP optimized, get more branded searches. We even start, because people start going, oh, you need more branded searches. We even started running quizzes and running things like on social media ads to bolster our branded search
yeah,
and stuff like that. We've done everything that people have said that people talk about that you should be doing to recover a website. All the websites under 1 second load time, core web vitals perfect, internal linking perfect, all of them within two clicks away from the homepage. Technically, everything green, 100% or up 90 plus. So everything we've done from a technical standpoint, a content standpoint, deleting any sort of toxicity in the backlink profile, and
yeah,
still absolutely nothing.
nothing.
So it'll be interesting, because I do feel there will be a reversal on whether it's the next core update or the core update after. I think they've been way too aggressive, if I'm being
Yeah,
honest with you. And I'm saying that, and I'm on both ends of the spectrum. I've got certain sites that have gone up like that and replaced all these sites that have been hit, and I've
yeah.
had some sites like that. So I'm
Mm.
not bitter in any way, shape, or form because of the update and going, oh, I think they must reverse it because I've had all these sites being hit. I've had some sites go up, and I'm saying that some of the sites that have gone up are not as good as the ones that have gone down. Some of my sites that have gone down are better than the ones that have gone up. And I'm like, I don't feel that it was a good update, if I'm being honest with you.
It,
But
it wasn't actually. It was kind of a very risky update that made all the SEOs to think like, is it a really time to diversify the entire thing, to get offline, to get, I mean, like into investments, to get into a paid media. So that was the very first one in the last 12 years, what I've seen myself as well. So
yeah,
yeah, I 100% agree with you. They did very aggressive to this, to be
yeah,
honest.
exactly what you said. I think it's the only update where I'm clueless at present. Every other update, we've looked at it and gone, right, okay, they've dialed up the thingy for the power of links. Okay, they've dialed up topical authority. Okay, they've dialed up relevance on links. You can clearly see, because the amount of data that you have of what the updates are bringing and what's needed. Okay, they've dialed it down that you need to do less exact match anchor text. Okay, they've dialed up that you need more entities on a page. Like, you can see from data, but this one is just so bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like they've given the middle finger to SEOs and said, we just got completely going against what normal
Yeah.
SEO factors are. But I do, like I said, I do feel there'll be some sort of core update reversal at some point.
Sure.
When, I don't know.
No, no one really knows about it. So when it do you guys actually work in the gray niches as well? I mean, like when I say gray niche, I mean like especially in the rank and rent, like all those escort services in London and that kind of niches as well.
Yeah.
And do the leads sell off pretty well?
Yeah, yeah,
In
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is that
Yeah,
really?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
what's your take on these are just a couple of questions, last few questions. I really need to wrap up. What's your take on this rank and rent? Is it something to niche down or to go with a broader niche, a bigger one, bigger nationwide sites? What do you think? I mean, like those franchisee sites. I mean, like those gym cleaning, that kind of. I know in Australia there are some very big giants. I mean, like gym cleaning, and then what they do is they sell out the franchises in like $50,000 or $70,000 and go with that kind of a model. Have you ever guys been thinking about that kind of thing or actually doing already some kind of franchising model as well?
Yeah, so we actually do. You mentioned gym. So we do like gym upholstery.
All right.
So reupholstering gym equipment and stuff like that. We do gym equipment refurbishment, remanufacturing of gym equipment. So like the treadmill, the belt might still be good, but it might need a new kind of cover being put onto it.
Yep.
Um, the and yes, in those we normally go quite broad to start with. If we are the gym equipment experts, but then you then start tailoring it down into being like gym equipment cleaning, gym equipment upholstery, and then you just then start rinsing and repeating in different areas.
Yep.
Um, and yeah, it works really well. It's better in time to niche down in a specific
Yep.
service and product,
Yep.
but only when you know what you don't want to do is end up niching down in the wrong industry and you spend so much time on gym equipment cleaning and it's not
Yep.
as much money as, let's say, office cleaning. Do you know what I
Yep.
mean? Or
Yep.
end of tenancy cleaning is another good one.
Yep.
Commercial oven cleaning is another good one. Like, so we normally go broad and say cleaning experts, and then you start realizing that, okay, office cleaning is really good. Carpet cleaning is really good. Like, especially if it's going to be like carpet cleaning for hotels, because they're
Mhm.
generally big jobs. Curtain cleaning is good, or like when you start looking at certain types of rugs and you're cleaning certain types of rugs that need certain chemicals, they're really good. Oven
Like,
cleaning, commercial cleaning, refrigerator cleaning, like especially if you're doing it in restaurants,
yep.
like all them are really, really good. But like you only start biohazard cleaning is another great one to go into. But you only start realizing this when you go broad and then you start slowly but surely start niching it down and you're going, okay, now I'm going to do this in all the different areas.
Oh yeah. So that's you guys go with the broad and then pack it up all those things together, not as a one site, but as a few different sites, because obviously.
Completely different sites. Yeah, yeah. We start with one big site, and then when we find out that this is good, we might
Yep.
build five five sites out to do
Oh,
with let's say
hey,
biohazard cleaning.
it's good to actually cover up the risk as well because no one knows what the big G really gonna bring it for us. So it's
Yeah,
all great to intimate the risk in some way. No,
yeah.
that's true. Just a very final question, James, is like, let's say someone's getting started, some newbies getting started, especially the students kind of thing. They're getting started. They're on a kind of a budget, let's say $1,000 kind of a budget. What could be the best action plan you can give it to them? To obviously they need to go with a fresh domain because in the budget they can't really go with the age domain. So what the quick steps would be, you reckon, for them to?
So the quick steps for that would be to I wouldn't even buy a domain yet. So at £1,000, like you don't have much money. So what I'd start with is Parasite SEO. I would start off with strengthening up my LinkedIn profile, and then start doing LinkedIn Pulse. If anyone doesn't know, if you go into LinkedIn, go into add article, and it creates a LinkedIn Pulse article. I'd go into there. I would write your article. At present, we're using Market Moves and auto blogging. Get the article being written. I'd go and get some on those because it's got a lot. The LinkedIn's got a lot of power. You can get away. You don't need to go and get like guest posts and niche edits. You can go get some cheaper type of links going through to it. I'd then go and run. I own signalboy.com. I'd go and get signalboy.com just to get virality to it, and then it jumps up. So for under £100, you can get ranking an article, and it can be like medium competition. And if once that starts to earn you some money, save that money up. I'd then go and do the same with medium.com, which is another parasite that's still working great. I'd go and get the article written on there. I'd send a couple of cheaper type of links going through to it, try and get it ranking for some keywords that might start earning you money, and testing out the niche on these parasite articles until then you've got enough. I genuinely feel like, generally speaking, when you're building out a new site, you need to get like citations, a press release, and then get some guest posts and niche edits, or buy an age domain. So you need some money behind you to build a site. So I'd start with Parasite SEO, LinkedIn Pulse, Medium, scale those out, start getting them to earn some money, then build a site. And then from there, then just do what you need to do. Build it that it's technically well built. You're not building it on quicksand. The foundations are put in place, and it's going to be there. That it loads fast. It looks nice for conversion.
Yes.
Go and get yourself as many pages written as you can. With AI now, it's so cheap to get content written. Just understand that it is garbage in and garbage out. If you're just using Chat GPT and asking you to write a 2,000-word article and not giving it entities and not giving it like a content outline of what questions you want answering, it's not going to rank. This is the stuff that we've been doing with autoblogging.ai. Get the right questions, answering them in a specific way that removes all like fluff and contextless words. That it's packed full of entities that need to, like you've had Kyle Roof on, like scientifically and mathematically get the right terms in the right places. So get those entities on the page that is needed, and then obviously then they can start ranking. So I'd start with those, and then from there, build out your site, start getting citations, make certain your citations are being indexed. Not enough people index or using indexing tools. Get those citations indexed. Get all your guest posts that you buy. Make certain they're all indexed. Put it into an indexer. Press releases, again, normally only 20 of the 300 press releases get indexed. Get all the other 300 into an indexer. Put them into an indexing tool. Not enough people do that. So they're not getting the full power from the backlinks of what they're getting, because a lot of the citations and press releases are indexing. When you've got them indexed, you'll start seeing the results of obviously from there.
And I know the indexing is always be kind of a problem as well. I've got nearly like 700 plus PBN domains as well. We've been using it. And then the citations was another big problem we got it. Like when the citations, even on some of the good sites like Hot Frog or something, never used to get indexed. So we ended up building our own network of about like 380 sites or something on a diversified IPs, on a diversified all those name servers and everything like that. And the beauty is that 90% of them do get indexed really quickly. That's the beauty of that one is, I'm like, that's pretty good. And then we use obviously an additional method, Google Search Console, to actually create the external links. There's actually a software for that you can push on to that one, to the paid indexing as well, to the paid indexing and to the Google Search Console. And there is another service, a very similar service, I think Citation Vault kind of a service, which is very much the same. But the only problem why I didn't use that and build our own network was because the first thing I noticed like there are a lot of IP clashes on that one. So, and the
Yeah.
second one is all their sites looked same and none of them actually looked like a directory site, whereas we
Yeah.
used all the directory themes, all those different logos and that kind of thing and build them on a different diversify. And it actually working really good. We are using it for.
So what geo, what country have you got the citations, the directories for?
Oh, well, at the moment it's a generic one, so you can actually push it on to anywhere, because there are 350 sites, but now we have started building out for the Australia as well. So,
Right.
but because we built out the model, now it is so much easier to build a one on the UK, to build to one on the US, and everything's being controlled with the proper Python as well. So the Python, they just push it and push all the content on the fly onto that one. I'll definitely share that one with you after the call.
Yeah,
It's a really.
share it with us because they're like we cannot like we love this. Like at the end of the day, websites need referring domains, so they need a referring domain count. So I'm not saying that these citations are going to move the needle, but what
Oh
I
yeah.
love from a backlink profile, and I think this is very important for people listening, is for a generic overall a backlink profile needs no follow and do follow backlinks.
Oh
It
yeah.
needs lots and lots of naked URL backlinks,
Yep. Yep.
branded backlinks, which then allows you to then go on, if you want to build PBNs, depending on your risk tolerance.
Yep.
If you want to buy PBNs, that moves the needle. That's a powerful do follow link on a homepage.
Yep.
That works well. Guest posts work very well. They're normally very, very, very relevant because you're writing the content on a third-party website. So you're getting the relevance factor, and then niche edits or link inserts are less relevant but very powerful because it's on an existing page that's probably already ranking or already got links to that page. So the niche edits, the guest posts, and the PBNs are what move the needle. But prior to that, I want press releases and I want citations for the referring domain count to go up,
Yep.
the anchor text diversity to go up, and get
Yep.
lots of no follow backlinks
Yep.
to my backlink profile, which then allows me to build these over here. If I just built PBNs and guest posts, it's a recipe for disaster. You need
Mm.
those pillow links to be able to do these.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'll certainly try your citation service
Yeah.
out for sure.
Yeah, no, it's very true. And then the same thing, what we do it as well, when we get a new client on board, we always start with a PR, we start with all the citations, we start with all the different kind of links, like a foundation one, and even to the map embeds kind of a thing as well in the PBNs or even to the CIDs or optimized map URLs where you can put the rankings. Plus, you can add a keyword next to that as well. You create that kind of a link so that it just
Yep.
tell Google that, hey, I'm linked with this keyword and I live in this area, so help me rank better. It's just, I'm not really saying as like you said that it's really going to move the needle, but these are just geo signals which we can pass on to our sites
Yep.
to rank better, I guess.
Well, I know, so the secondary factor, like it does move the needle for local listings. Like it does move the needle for GMBs. So like for Google business profiles, like keep mentioning that NAP listing and embedding the other factors to it is if you go and embed on these citations, if you can, or on the press release, if you go and embed a video and embed 2 or 3 images, and you can do your Google business profile and embed that on and get the NAP listing on there as well.
Yep.
Well, that's huge because it actually ranks the images, it ranks the videos, and helps the Google business profile ranking. So there's so many benefits for it, but everyone
Yes.
seems obsessed by just buying digital PR, guest posts, and niche edits, but without doing the foundational pillow links to start with.
Now that's a very good point. It's a very good point because a lot of the time the people they do get aggressive. They can't really control the
Yep.
sentiment, you know what I mean? And they say like
Yeah.
this is the way to go to make millions. Now, thanks for that, James. I really appreciate the time which you have given us and for the people because you have got a tremendous amount of knowledge and I know you're very aggressive on your YouTube channel as well. I'm definitely gonna post a link for YouTube channel autoblogging.ai. I'll definitely check it out that too because I feel you're very right. It a good tool is really important, especially when it has been backed up by the industry experts, which who know like what is actually working. It's not something that AI has come through and any newbie who does not even know anything about SEO, they just go and create a small prompt and just let it go. You know what I mean? Because garbage in is garbage out, like you said. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely it's worth checking it out, your autoblogging.ai. And yeah, so where they can go and see you? I mean, like, is that on a
I'm
YouTube channel?
probably Yeah, I'm probably most active at present on the YouTube channel. I'm going to try and build it out. My plan is, and I'm going to throw this out to the universe. My plan is to try and get 1 million subscribers in the next 18 months. So I've gone from a standing start where I probably had 0 subscribers, maybe. Well, I think I had like a couple of thousand subscribers, maybe 2, 3 months ago, and I think I'm up to over 100,000 subscribers now. So I'm going to try and get to the 1 million mark. That's the plan. I'm going to post on there pretty much every day. I'm active on like Twitter, but if anyone wants to find all the social links, if you go to jamesdooley.com, all the social profile links and stuff like that, and what I do is on there. But I'd say I'm most active on YouTube. If someone wants to drop me a message and you want me to cover a certain topic or subjects, I can do a video on it because I need video ideas to keep posting every single day.
Oh, that's super, man. Super. I was checking it's like 166K something YouTube subscribers. That's massive. That's
Yeah.
massive in the space. I know like you are adding a lot of value to the community as well. That's no doubt it is one of the best thing you are doing at the moment. So
I'll have to
now,
get you on. I'll do a podcast interviewing you on my channel.
oh, sure, anytime.
Yeah, we'll get it sorted.
For sure. Now, thanks for that, James. I really appreciate the time you've given us and all the best.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Cheers.